I just want to hit on the topic real quick for a few minutes. That topic is private property. Okay, man, it's a misunderstood topic, really. Okay, when people think of private property, they think of toothbrush, car, bed. Okay, and I believe that Jesus Christ taught elimination of private property. Okay, he walked around with one money bag amongst 120, people. Okay, just one money bag for them. Okay. Later, his followers came together and eliminated all private property and put it together and distributed as every person had need. Okay. So when you tell people these things, they're like, "Oh man, we're gonna have to share drawers. We're gonna have to share socks. We're gonna have to share clothes." Okay. Is that what you mean by elimination of private property? And when you hear that, you understand that these brothers is just lacking knowledge. Okay. So I just wanted to put out what is private property. Okay. According to Karl Marx, private property is just, excuse me, private property is just the elimination of the privately owned industry. Okay, industrial and excuse me, and manufacturing. Okay, it's eliminating private ownership over the industry. Okay, for example, medicine wouldn't be privately owned. Your Bill Gates wouldn't privately own anything. Okay, your water company, most people pay for water. It wouldn't be privately owned. Okay, and all the things you can think of that are privately owned, where one person or a group of people make money off of an item. All right, and they're the only ones that reap the benefits. When all men should be sharing water, all men should be sharing this and sharing that. Okay, and that's eliminating private property. But some of these Negroes who, and I'm telling you, Christians to your average Joe on the street, fight for private property, and these are the main ones with no private property. That's the funny thing about it. Okay, 10% of the people in the earth own 90% of the wealth in the earth. Okay, these 10% own land. They own the means of production. Okay, they own the material wealth in the earth. Okay, while the other 90%, and the 90% is you I'm talking to, okay, don't own anything, don't have nothing privately. You probably renting whatever you got right now. You renting it, okay? And even if you have a house, if I'm speaking to somebody who has a house, like this is the house I live in, paid off house, okay? But do I own the house? Nope. Why is that? Because I got whoever I pay my taxes to owns my house. Because say I don't come up with that tax at the end of the year, is somebody gonna take my house just because I don't pay my tax at the end of the year? Then it isn't mine. If I continually have to pay somebody for something I have, it is not mine. Okay, so I don't even privately own my house. Okay, but people don't understand when you say elimination of private property. They think you got to share toothbrushes, share this, share that. No, it's specifically talking about the means of production, and that's just on a political scale and Karl Marx scale. But I know I talk to a lot of people who believe in the Bible. Okay, and Christ brought an even deeper level. Okay, of private property. In Acts 4, I believe 33 through 37, Christ's followers showed that love where they came together, laid down all their possessions. Okay, and it said out of everything they possessed, they looked at it as it wasn't their own. Okay, so if I had a car and I was in that time, it's not my car. It's all my brothers, the thousands of people I live here. Whenever they need to use it, they can ride in it. Okay, that's a deeper level of elimination of private property. Okay, so And that's a hard thing to do amongst people. People hold on to material so much that they don't want to share it with nobody. And that's a that's a great evil in the earth, where you hold material possessions over human life. Okay, but today most people look at excuse me, most people look at material, or excuse me, most people look at ownership or the right of ownership of private property as, you know, the ability to use and destroy, like, whenever they want to. If something is mine, like say this, hold on. Say, for example, this remote right here, okay? This is my remote, okay? I could break it, I could use it whenever I want, nobody could tell me nothing. But if I was, see, that's the wrong mentality to have, I think. Okay, that's the wrong mentality to have. Most people, or 95% of the people in the earth, okay, consider ownership as possession. Okay, meaning I possess this and it's mine. Okay, it's been given to me for my use and my use only. This is what people think of when they think of private property. Okay, even your so-called Christians. Okay, if they think I just got a car, man, this is my car. Man, it's been given me to use and abuse, basically. Okay, this is how this is how, you know, most people think, from your legislators to your journalists to your professionals, okay, to your politicians, and like I said, even the man in the street. Okay, but Christ, like I said, Christ came to bring an even deeper understanding of private ownership. Okay, and for those who don't read the Bible, it would be wise for you too, if you're trying to learn how to be, you know, a better person and walk a better walk in this life. Okay, because Christ viewed private property as administration. Okay, not as a possession. What do I mean by administration? By administration, I mean what I own has been given to me, not for my private use and my private. If I can do what I want with it, I can destroy it if I want. But it has been given to me, you know, to care for and to steward over, okay, and to distribute if needed. So when I own something privately, like say my vehicle, okay, it's not just my vehicle. God didn't put these resources that were put into the car just for me and my use, okay. Anybody amongst my community who I live with can use my vehicle if they want to, okay, because the Most High didn't just put it here for me, even though the car's in my name, my insurance in my name. I'm just a steward over that car. The Most High gave it to me just to be a steward over it, okay? And not just for my own personal use, but to care for the car, to look over the car, and to distribute it to people when they have need of it. Okay, that's what so-called private ownership should be, especially amongst the community of so-called believers in the Bible. Okay, and Marxists, Leninists, Maoists, everybody who believes in the so-called communist doctrine should look at private property the same. Okay, that these things haven't been put on the earth just for us. Okay, my Dodge Durango that I have is going to be here when I leave. Okay, so then whose is it? It belongs to the earth, and the earth belongs to the people. So with that, you got to have a selfless spirit about you to even start to obtain that type of laying down of the love of material possession. Okay, so excuse me, my throat killing me. But I just wanted to make a video on private property. Okay, how it's a shame how the 90% of the earth who own no private property steadily fights for these 10% who own all the private property and say, no, we don't want to eliminate private property. And when only 10% of the people own privately most of the resources on the earth. It just don't make sense, and we got to come to our senses. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.